Alright. So we finna watch DJ Academics talk about snitching. And I'm about to put y'all on game.
He said he snitched on somebody who died. Listen to this shit.
Motherfucker, what I said, I took motherfucker here, boy, what? My homie got killed. What the fuck could I say? A nigga blicked my homie. I told motherfucker they killed my homie. Folks dead anywhere it go. I'm a snitch cause I told him dead person. You know how many people tell on dead people? I told motherfucker what I said. I took motherfucker here, boy, what? My homie got killed. What the fuck could I say? A nigga blicked my.
All right, so he said he told his. I don't get the street rules shit because everybody tries to rewrite it to make whatever they're doing right and whatever somebody else is doing wrong. So he's saying that he kind of told. Remember we had that conversation about like King Von and like Dirk. If Dirk said, "Bruh, nigga, I didn't shoot out the window," it was Von, and say he gets off his case because of that. Is he snitching? Keep in mind, no one will go to jail for it. So I've always wondered, like, where do we draw the line in snitching? Because it's always moved, right? So, for example, traditionally they say snitching is when you did a crime with a nigga and you're telling on said nigga. For example, I go to rob the bank with the chat, and then I get caught, and I said, well, will you give me less years if I tell on the chat? And basically that's just snitching, right? So I'm telling on you to get lesser time. We did the crime together, snitching, right? Then they've expanded it to, well, if you tell on any criminal activity, right? So that's why you get extremes like Cameron going on 60 Minutes saying, if there was a serial killer living next to him, he wouldn't call the cops. He would just move. Because basically he's pretty much saying telling on any crime is snitching. So cool. So now it then turns to a realistic situation. Okay, you're beefing with these guys over there. They're shooting at you. You're shooting at them. People are dying all over. They killed one of your friends. You know they killed one of your friends. Could you tell the cops? No, you're supposed to, quote unquote, leave it in the streets. So if you tell on your enemies, so it's not only who you do the crime with, it's anybody in the streets. You tell on your enemies and you don't keep it in the streets, now you're snitching. So it's not only telling on your own guys, it's telling on your ops. Okay, cool. So they've moved the goalposts. Now they've moved it again. Well, if it's about telling, isn't there a result to the telling? Yeah. So when you snitch, usually you're going to put somebody in jail, and usually you're getting out with lesser charges, right? Or lesser time. So then somebody says, well, what if I'm telling on somebody who's dead? He can't get no time. The person's dead. That can't be snitching, right? The streets have now said, oh, that's snitching too. Even if no one goes to jail, just you talking. And so you telling on someone who can't go to jail just for you to get less time is basically snitching. Essentially, I'm going to be honest, I think snitching is going to get to the point where, which it kind of did already.
All right. I'm about to tell y'all what the goddamn deal is with this snitching, bro. And I'm going to quote my boy Babyface Ray on this, man. When you in the streets, turn the rules off, man. Ain't no rules out here, man. What is this? Snitching, bro, for real? There's no rules, man. It's been like that. This ain't mafia days up in New York with them Italians, man. This is where our culture copying them, but we don't even got the same infrastructure. The reason why people didn't snitch in the mafia days was because your whole family will die. Like, you gonna die. Like, something bad is gonna happen to you if you tell. But we don't got power like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you in the streets, turn the rules off, man. It's that simple, dog. You can't be surprised by nothing that anything happens in the streets, bro. Ain't no fair fights. You gonna get screwed over. You finna get betrayed. Don't be surprised by none of it. Don't take none of it personal. When you in the streets, turn the rules off, man.
When they say, yo, if your attorney files things on your behalf, like, for example, like one of the, with C-Day and Rondo shit, right?
You don't really even hear the rest of this dude talk. You don't even be out there like that, man. Like I said, man, shouts out to Babyface Ray. When you in the streets, turn the rules off. Everybody remember that. You young kids, remember that shit, man. Period, bro.